midnight moon, positioned, absorbing the sound of the African drums, as the elders led the ceremony through truth and history. I did not move. I did not say a word. Even if the sting of the African killer bee stung me, it would not bother me, you see. I'm looking out and envisioning the lay of the land, Africa. I look out onto the city landscapes and want to escape from the injustice I see. Get lost in sacred ceremonies that take me far from the city streets. Because all I have is these memories of societies built on the backs of people like you and me, whose very color they dismiss, whose very essence they insist is not African enough, despite our history. Can you hear it? The drums and the flashing of the three-dimensional dancing faces, like club scenes with hip-hop beats grooving, to tunes of traditional African congas beating on the hearts of Africans with skin like mud in a tribal march to prove, to the sounds of what's going on, hearts on march in Washington, firm froze and raised fists to symbolize the new, the rhythm Africa, the revolution of Black America, the people African, the African-American people. Listen up, educators of the world. Africans are coming out with 360 degrees of self-knowledge, taking trips from Global Campus to Kumasi, Liberia, and Zimbabwe to visit our relatives who have been waiting for us. And they're clapping. They're clapping. Heavily for the doctors, lawyers, engineers, and teachers, singers, dancers, poets, and preachers, turning blind third eyes into believers. So, who will come back with the culture of the African in America? Tell me, am I African enough if I use the drum to drop a hip-hop beat? Am I African enough if I use a piece of kente to make my clothes? Am I African enough if I took the first fruits of the celebration and combine it with the African to seal the combination? So we'll never be separate from those we've been away from for centuries upon centuries. But the breaking beat in the African conga will connect the scholar with the warrior and the warrior with the scholar. And they will chant, as Marcus Garvey chanted, Africa for the African. Africa for the African in America. Africa for you, and Africa for me. But we know that there's always someone outside the lines, ones who don't understand the purpose of bridging lines of the African and Black American hearts and mind. And you still will find that there are those who will ask with corporate dreads and bald heads, tight suits, and alligator shoes, fat hip-hop attire, and two-way sky pages. During this interlude, Black Americans will continue to ask in economically challenged communities. There are those who will still ask us, if I'm doing my community duty, if paying homage is in vain, or if I've forgotten my African name, or if my braids are just a front to some history I want. But in all this, we say, I am African enough. I am African enough. I am